I realized a long time ago that if you really want to do it, you can do it. You know, excuses are easy to come by these days, and so a lot of people have them. For me, I just don't make excuses. If I'm tired, I get up. If I got a goal, I accomplish it. Just because I really want to win in life, and I feel like in order to win, you gotta not make excuses. A lot of people make excuses and they doubt themselves. I don't doubt myself. I know that I can do anything. However, I still choose the things that I do because I'm a smart guy. So I know I'm only gonna do things that I'm gonna be really good at. I just always felt like I always get the worst end of the stick. I always seem to be mistreated or not treated as well as I treat other people. As good as you are to people, people are not gonna be as good to you. People are sometimes deceiving. Not everybody. There's a good majority of people in my life that I really care for and will give anything for. But there are a good majority of people also who have deceiving motives. And I see you. People will tell you to be humble as a Jedi mind trick. They'll say you should be more humble. You should be more humble because they don't want you to dim their light. They want you to be at a certain level, especially when you're around them, that you carry yourself so it's not outshining them. But you know, baby, when you're a diamond, you shine. There's nothing else to that. So you can't really dim something that was born to shine. What you do is you still remain yourself, but you gotta let them know what's up. You gotta let them know who you are. You gotta let them know what you're worth. Because if you don't believe it, why would anybody else? I let people make mistakes a multitude of times because I understand that no one is perfect. A mistake more than once is a habit. It's a behavior. And if it happens more than 5 times, then it's disrespectful. And so at some point, I was just taking disrespect. That's how I felt. Like now, at the point of my life, there's no disrespect. When I walk through the door, you need to know my value. Not only because I'm walking to the door and I smell good and look good and all that, but you know, because of who I am as a person and what I'm gonna do to you, how I'm gonna enhance your life. I never sit at a table and don't bring value to it, ever. And if somebody's sitting at your table and they're always taking a plate to go and they're never bringing over dessert, it's a problem with that. You gotta pay attention to those things. So for me, the old Banks would have gave you chance after chance after chance and realizing that people fall short. The new Banks realize people that fall short, but they can fall short over there. They're not gonna fall short over here. I heard Diddy say one time that his loneliest times are his best moments and they're spent looking out of the window by himself. I wanted to always trust people, but you also gotta understand that you are what you eat. So if you're around bullshit, you're gonna be bullshit. If you're around greatness, eventually, if your mind and your hustle matches, you're gonna become great. And I think a lot of times I attract people who wanna be great, but they don't wanna do the work. You feel me? I'm still trying to become great myself. So I felt like I needed to start surrounding myself by people that also wanted to be great at whatever they do. That's just how they treat me, that their consistency, their honesty, the things that are free is how I judge a person. Not what you drive, not what you buy me for Christmas, but how you treat me, because those things are free. I think honesty is free. You know, being consistent is free. Being loyal is free. That's the thing that people lack. They don't have the things that are free, and that's what I require. Because I can buy anything that I want, but those are the things that money can't buy. You know what? I just wanted to be someone that people respected and remembered. As a kid, like I didn't really have a talent. Like I felt like a lot of people around me had talents. They were athletic, they could sing, they could rap, etc. My talent was literally just me. People just loved me. Like I had a personality that was specific to me. I didn't ever try to be like anyone else. I've never been a follower. I've always led my own path. And that alone was like, I felt like my golden ticket, because I know that people paid attention to that. And as I started to grow older and I started to look around, I'm like, well, people kind of just fuck with Banks. They just fuck with me because that's who I am. That's my personality. And because of that, it took me to greater heights that I would have never imagined. So I never really thought of being anything. You know, people have dreams. Of course, I wanted to be like an anesthesiologist and all that shit like everybody else. And then I realized, but damn, if I go to school to be this, then I'm gonna have my salary dictated. And I never wanted anybody to tell me what I was worth. I'm not going to say that you always got to give back to the communities you came from. I think what's important is giving back to the communities that's most deserving. Because sometimes the communities you came from aren't deserving. Sometimes those communities ain't doing nothing for themselves. They're not doing nothing for others. They're not trying to progress. They're not trying to expand. They are comfortable in their setting. I'm not saying that about my community, because I definitely fuck with my community that I'm from. I'm just saying in general, sometimes you can't go back, and going back could be detrimental to you. You don't get successful and don't reach a certain pinnacle in life to only be able to go back home and stay back home. The ideal of success is to go up. They call it climbing the ladder, not climbing down. So going back is almost a rewind, and I'm not trying to rewind, I'm trying to fast forward. 100%. I feel like there's a slew of people who really want knowledge, who really needs knowledge, who really wants to make it and just don't have the tools to do so. Some broke, some wealthy, some smart, some not so smart. But a slew of people who really want the intellect and the guidance from someone like me. But there's a lot of people who don't. A lot of people just want to finesse the system, get a quick lick, you know what I mean? Get something really quick and not substantial. Can't finesse me. You're gonna always finesse yourself trying to finesse Banks. You feel me? So I want to give back in that way. I want to kind of teach people how to get to a certain level of success, and also how to be comfortable in where you are if that's not what you seek. Not everybody is meant to be at the top. That's the unfortunate truth. The master classes came about because I felt like I was teaching people anyway. I was giving so much of my time and intellect and intuitism to people anyway. So it's like, why am I doing this in not a structured way? And why am I doing this and not getting anything out of it? I feel like everybody deserves to be respected, and I feel like everybody deserves to be compensated for what they bring. I've always been somebody who overcompensated people, and I think that is a problem. I think you should give people what they give you. Doing right by people even when they've done you wrong is a dated mentality. I think the smart way to think is, if they've done you wrong, move them to the left, you continue to the right. Doesn't mean you have to wish them any harm, but you also don't have to give them any water. Just keep it moving. That's the way that I'm moving in things now, and I'm much more happier since I've been that way.